Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, something feels different, but I can't explain it? Or maybe you've watched a loved one slowly change, not in any dramatic way, but in the little things. Less conversation, more naps, less appetite, a strange chill even when the sun is out. You might have brushed it off as just part of aging. But what if I told you? These subtle changes could be the body's quiet way of saying goodbye. This might sound heavy, maybe even scary, but knowledge brings peace, and being aware of what's happening inside the body can give you power. Power to act, power to prepare, power to respond with love and wisdom, not fear. In today's video, we'll explore 5 warning signs that most seniors show within the final year of life. These aren't just textbook symptoms. These are the real-life patterns that nurses, doctors, caregivers, and families have witnessed over and over again. If you're over 60 or caring for someone who is, you need to watch this all the way through, because what we're about to share can change how you understand aging and help you face it with more grace, compassion, and strength. Let's begin. Number 1. Feeling cold all the time, even in warm weather. Do you or someone you love feel cold all the time, even when others are warm? Do your feet get freezing in bed, even with socks on? Have you started layering up even on spring days? This isn't just about temperature, it's a deeper signal that the body may be struggling to regulate itself. As the body ages, especially in the final stages of life, circulation slows down. Blood doesn't flow to the hands and feet as well. Fat stores shrink, skin gets thinner, and all of this makes the body feel colder. Even soft things like blankets or clothing might start to feel scratchy. A breeze from the fan suddenly feels unbearable. A light touch on the shoulder might feel painful. I want to share Paul's story. Paul was a 79-year-old war veteran. His daughter noticed that even in 75-degree weather, he'd wear gloves inside. He stopped going outdoors. The man who once shoveled snow in a flannel jacket now huddled under blankets, complaining about the cold in his bones. Months later, Paul was diagnosed with heart failure. Looking back, the extreme cold sensitivity was one of his body's first cries for help. If you notice someone constantly bundled up, shivering when no one else is, or reacting strongly to mild touch, it might be more than aging. Their body may be quietly showing that it's struggling. Comfort them, adjust their environment, but also listen. This is a whisper, not a shout, but it's a whisper worth hearing. Number 2. Exhaustion that rest can't fix. We all feel tired sometimes, but have you ever felt tired even after a full night of sleep? Like getting out of bed is a task. Like brushing your teeth feels like a workout. This isn't normal tired. This is a deep, relentless fatigue, the kind that no amount of rest can cure. It's the kind of exhaustion that often creeps in months before serious health decline. The body starts conserving energy. It shifts into low-power mode, trying to protect itself. Linda's story is a good example. She was 74, full of life. She sang in her church choir, baked for her neighbors, always out and about. Then suddenly, she stopped going out, stopped singing, stopped baking. She said she was just a little tired, but it didn't go away. Her friends noticed she napped all day, but still seemed drained. Eventually, doctors discovered heart failure. But her body had known long before anyone else did. When daily life starts to feel like a mountain climb, when every step feels heavier than the last, don't ignore it. This isn't just about aging. It's the body sending a message. And if you've been feeling this kind of deep exhaustion, please don't just push through it. Talk to someone, get checked, or simply rest with intention. This could be the moment you give your body the care it truly needs. Still here? Comment number 2 below if this section spoke to you. or someone you love. Number 3. Voice changes, softer, slower, quieter. When someone's voice begins to fade, it can be easy to miss, but it's often one of the earliest signs of a bigger change. Think about it. Someone who once greeted you loudly now barely whispers. Their words come slower. They pause more. They speak less. Why? Because just like the rest of the body, the muscles used for talking start to weaken. Speech takes effort, and when the body begins to prepare for rest, it conserves that effort. Talking becomes tiring. The voice grows soft. Sometimes the person just stops talking altogether. Richard was an 80-year-old former principal. His voice used to command a room, but his wife Margaret noticed he spoke in short, low tones. Eventually, he stopped talking much at all. It wasn't about sadness or memory loss. It was his body using energy wisely. Talking took more than he had to give. If you notice someone suddenly becoming quieter, don't brush it off. Lean in. Listen with your heart. Their silence might be saying more than words ever could. Number 4. Breathing that feels just a little off. Breathing is one of those things we don't think about until it changes. Maybe you hear someone breathing heavier while just sitting. Maybe they sigh more, or they start pausing between breaths. At first it seems subtle, but these are real shifts. As the lungs and heart weaken, oxygen delivery slows. The breath becomes labored, shallow, uneven. One pattern called Cheyne-Stokes breathing is often heard near the end. Fast breaths, then slow, then none, then fast again. It sounds scary, but it's the body's natural rhythm adjusting, a gentle winding down. Margaret's daughter noticed her mom was breathing harder during calls. Margaret brushed it off as nothing, but later it became clear. This was one of the first signs her body was struggling. Sometimes changes in breath aren't a crisis, but they are a signal, and signals deserve our attention. Watch, listen. Don't panic, but don't dismiss it either. The body is speaking. All we have to do is care enough to hear it. Still with us? Comment number 4 if this part touched your heart. Number 5. Letting go of daily habits and self-care. What do you do when someone stops caring about how they look? Stops changing clothes? Stops eating meals or brushing their hair? Most people jump to conclusions. They must be depressed. They're lazy. But often that's not it at all. This is a quiet retreat, a soft stepping away from the routines of life. You see, as the body and mind start to prepare for a different season, priorities change. Things that once felt important don't anymore. Edna was always elegant. She wore pearls to the grocery store. But over time, her daughter noticed she no longer wore earrings. She stayed in the same gown for days. She wasn't sad, just done with the fuss. A few months later, doctors confirmed what her body had already begun to reveal. She had a slow-moving terminal illness. When someone begins to let go of routines, it might be their soul shifting focus. They're not giving up. They're going inward. And if this is happening to you, it's okay. You're not broken. You're just changing. And if it's happening to someone you love, don't force them back. Sit beside them. Offer help gently. Brush their hair as a gift, not a task. Invite them to meals for company, not obligation. That kind of presence, that's love. That's wisdom. If this video stirred something inside you, please know you are not alone. These signs, cold sensitivity, exhaustion, voice changes, odd breathing, and pulling away from routines, aren't just physical symptoms. They are the body's quiet way of preparing for rest, preparing for peace. And when we notice them, we can respond, not with fear but with kindness. Sometimes, knowing these signs gives you a chance to reverse course, seek care, or simply spend more time with someone who needs you now more than ever. Your awareness can bring comfort. Your presence can bring peace. If this video helped you, please like, share, and subscribe to Wisdom for Elders. Your support helps us create more honest, loving conversations about life, aging, and what truly matters. Leave a comment below and share what you felt today. Because your words, just like your presence, matter. Until next time, take care of yourself, stay connected to those you love, and live every moment with purpose and peace.